Urias was on his way to the graveyard to give flowers to his mother. Urias falls in front of his mother's grave, and at the window blows strongly, causing a bottle to roll towards him. Surprised, Urias observes that inside the bottle there is a parchment. He decides to open the bottle, and apparently there was an old text on the parchment, and he decides to read it. In ancient times, there was a warrior who had rings in his possession which gave him the power and strength to protect his people. The rings were passed down from generation to generation until they were lost, leaving the people vulnerable to the conflict.
Is this story real?
Urias decides to go to the library in search of information on the alleged rings, and over time in the library he managed to find a book similar to the story he'd read.
Decisions to be true. Me, Joe, con me.
Is something wrong, young man?
Do you know anything about this story?
I'm sorry, we haven't told you about it since the day they passed away. Sorry.
Wow.
From that moment on, Urias was consumed with curiosity and dedicated himself to seeking more information about these rings. 3 years have passed. Urias continued with the endless search for the rings. Now he was in a forest at midnight. When close to giving to his objective, tired of wandering all day, Urias met two people who were camping in a campfire. These people saw Urias in the distance. They called him to spend the night with them and not be cold.
Thank you for your hospitality. Starting go to head, very cool. Who are you?
You're welcome. We're here to serve you. My name is John.
And I am Carmelo. Who are you?
My name is Urias.
And what are you looking?
I am Tahun for something big, something surprise.
Oh yeah, and what are you looking for?
Urias begins to tell the story of the rings to his new friends. A certain story amazes both of them. They offer to help him with the search for those mysterious rings. The search, by hand of 3 people who would give everything to find the rings, continues. Until one day, walking through the forest, quite exhausted, they see an abandoned church in the distance, so they decide to go in to rest. When Urias enters, he decides to separate to explore the church a bit. In his excursion, Urias finds a secret tunnel in the basement of said church. Urias decides to continue down that dark path when he sees a glow in the distance that is capable of blinding his eyes. Urias, hypnotized by the brightness, continues on his way. Upon reaching the end, he manages to see a chamber in which there is a large snake. It was the warrior carrying the 3 rings of his
I
story.
found them. I finally found them.
Urias, excited, decides to approach when suddenly what seems to be the shadow of a person attacks him wildly. While upstairs, John and Carmelo are arguing over a piece of bread because of the insatiable hunger caused by the long search until they hear a strange sound from the bottom of the church.
Did you hear that?
Yes, and Urias, we have to go.
We can't live without Urias.
Let's behind. Out, get up here.
Yes, I think it was a bad idea to accompany you to this place.
Una, dos, tres.
The friends decide to search along the same route from where they heard the strange cry, until they reach where the statue is, and in the distance they observe the body of Urias, below where the hand of the warrior carrying the rings is located. They, terrified, they decide to leave the place, since they understood that the rings are somehow being protected, and that thanks to those rings the town has remained in peace.